Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thank you so much for the over 20,000 subscribers. I'm like dying here. I can't even believe it. I'm so thankful for every single one of you who paint with me. Today I'm redoing my Glitterbug tutorial because I didn't like my last one. The music was really bad and it was very distracting and upsetting some people. So I thought I'd redo it for you. You just need an oval-shaped rock or a round-looking rock. These rocks only look perfect. They're not perfect, but they'll look cute either way. For all of you who ask all the time, I search everywhere for my rocks. Landscaping companies. Right now we have a lot of snow, and I can't see any rocks. So luckily, I've had a few saved up so that I can still do tutorials for you. So what I've done is I've basically I'm doing it backwards. You can do the color first and then do the black after, but I'm going to do this like it's a coloring book. So I've done the black top where it's the head. And I am now doing the outline of the wings, and I'm going to fill in between the wings with black paint as well. Now, the colors that I'm using are blue today, but you can use whatever colors you want. I'm going to do a couple of different colors to show you what they look like at the very end. But the one I'm showing you how to do is 2 different shades of blue. And that means you can use any color you want, just use 2 different shades of that color. So if you're using red, use a red and then like an orange maybe, or even just lighten the red with a little bit of white. Or if you're using green, do a dark green and then use a light green as well. Now, right now I'm doing like the base of the wing in the dark blue. I will put the name of the paints that I use, the colors that I'm using today. I'll put them in the description, as well as where I get these sponges that I'm using. I find it easier to use sponges. The paint goes on a lot better, and you don't see any brush strokes. So for certain things that I paint, I do like to use the sponges. It covers well, kind of like when you use a sponge to put makeup on. It covers all the blemishes. So that's why I like using sponges. Now that the blue is done, it's still a little bit wet. A lot easier to blend when it's wet. I'm going to use the other end of my sponge with the light blue. And I'm not going to go right out to the edge of the dark blue. I'm just going to kind of stay in the center. If you saw my cloverleaf tutorial recently, I just kind of stay on the inside of it and leave the darker outside. It just makes a nice contrast. It gives it a little bit of depth, and it looks nice. So that's what I like to do. So I'm going to move on to the next wing here. We will be using gold. I like to outline my Glitterbugs with gold, of course. And I'm going to be dotting the wings as well, but just 3 simple dots on each wing just to keep it simple. Now that I have I'm going to lighten the blue a little bit more. Just keep lightening it until you can see a contrast between the dark blue and the light blue, or the dark color and light color, whichever you're choosing to do. Once you have it the way you like it, just keep blending. Keep flipping that sponge over and using the dark blue to blend in the light blue, and just keep going until you're comfortable. If you don't want to blend another color on top, just do 2 coats of one color, and then we can still make it look beautiful with the next step after this. So I've got my 2 colors on. I didn't go all the way out to the edge. You can still see a little bit of dark blue. The bottoms, I always just paint black and then put my signature on them. So if you're wondering what I do at the bottom, after I finish sealing it with resin, I just paint it all black and put my signature on it. So I'm going to use my fine lining paintbrush, which is in the description of this video. And I'm just going to outline everything, because after you use a sponge, it kind of goes outside the lines a little bit. So I'm just going to fix it up and clean it up a bit using my fine lining brush, and make sure I didn't get any blue where the head is supposed to be or in between the wings. And it just cleans it up. Now with the face today, I'm going to do it really simple. I'm not doing anything fancy. Keep in mind, none of my tutorials are realistic animals, creatures, trees, none of it. None of it is realistic. So please don't come at me with the ladybugs don't have antennae. Ladybugs only have 6 dots. Please don't. I'm just doing this for fun. So I'm going to make it look like I want it to look. If you want to make it more realistic, by all means, you can do that. So I've got the blue all outlined in the black. It's nice and clean. I'm going to get out my gold now, and I'm going to outline the wings as well as the top of the head. Now, when I do this line across the top of the wings here, I don't quite touch the blue. I leave a little bit of black between there. So it hasn't quite touched the blue. And this is just to separate the head from the wings. We're not going to do any weird stuff. We're going to keep this really easy. You can get your kids involved and bring on spring. I need some spring here. Now, this tutorial, you might have seen that I'm posting it tonight because there's a new contest on Rachel's Rocks on Facebook. So if you go on Rachel's Rocks and take a look at the post, you'll see that you can win. Now I'm using nail glitter, nail powder. It's shell powder or chrome powder. You can buy it in nail stores. You can buy it on Amazon. It goes on with a little makeup brush and it sparkles like you would not believe. It's hard to see it right now, but once it's resin, you'll be able to see it. You can also use hologram 2796. I'll leave that number and name in the description as well. It looks beautiful with this color blue. It looks beautiful with green. It looks beautiful with purple. But I'm really hooked on these little nail glitters now. They do something just crazy to my artwork. So once you try it, you'll understand. So now I've outlined the wings. I've got my head lined off there with the gold line. Now I'm not going quite to the edge of the gold. I'm just putting a little lines, just to make it look like that's the ladybug's body, or not really a ladybug, I suppose, the bug's body. So I'm just going to fix these lines up, make sure they look good. And that's it. That's simple. That's all you got to do there. Don't mess with it too much because it will look beautiful either way. Now I am doing 2 of the antennae. People will correct me. People will come at me. But this isn't supposed to be realistic. Now I'm using a dotting tool. You can use the end of your paintbrush just to put little dots on the end of the antenna. And we're going to keep it really simple. We're not going to do any like big swirls or doodles all over the place. It's just going to be simple. Now with these eyes, I just make the dots a little bit bigger. I kind of elongate them sideways so they look a little bit like eyes. And I give it 2 little nostrils because I want it to be able to breathe. I don't know where the mouth is on a bug, and all bugs are different, so I'm leaving the mouth out. I just want it to be able to breathe, man. Now you can use a bigger dotting tool like I'm going to use, or you can use a bigger paintbrush end and dip it in black paint. And I'm just going to put 3 dots on each wing, place them as close as possible as you can in the same way that you did on each wing. And there you go. How simple is that? Once those black dots dry, I'm going to put little gold dots on the top of them so that they look like it's almost like gold studs on top of this bug. They're very fancy, very fancy. You can go all out. You can start doing mandalas on top of the wings. You can do all sorts of stuff on the wings and they'll look beautiful. Or keep it simple. Just a couple of little gold studs on the back and the glitter behind it. Wait till you see them resined. You're just going to love this. Once again, once that gold eye is dry, I put a little black dot in there, brings it to life a little bit. You can even put a little white dot in the corner of the eye just to make it look a little more realistic. But come on now, these guys aren't realistic. So you can do whatever you want and whatever color you want them to be. So I've made a set of 3 of these gorgeous blue ones. And I'll show you what they look like once they're resin. But my goodness, these are so cute in a garden. They're so cute in your house plants, just all set up, or on a table. You want to show them off to people. I like to do 3 different sizes. So I have like a bigger one, and then a medium-sized one, and then a little baby one. So it looks like a little family. And they're so adorable. I've made so many sets of these. And once again, you can change the wings up all the time. So keep in mind, everything's going to be in the description. I'm going to show you the beautiful resined ones in 1 second. I'm taking a little while because I want the anticipation to build up so that you can go, ooh, ah, so beautiful. And here's the baby one. So shiny. I've used resin. So my resin tutorial will be in the description. If you can't find any of my tutorials for my brushes or my resin, go to my channel and scroll through. There's like 37 videos. Just scroll through and they will all be there. And they will always, always, always be there for you. So here's another one. Oh my goodness. This is green and a deep red. They both sparkle like crazy. You can use whatever kind of glitter you want. You can make these glow in the dark using glow in the dark paint, but I'm going to stick with the sparkles for a little while. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. I want to wish you guys all luck if you do participate in the contest. I can't wait to see them, and bring on spring with me. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching again. I'm going to delete the old Glitterbug one because it's horrible and the music is terrible. So thank you guys. I love you. Keep painting.